I think it's very successful and helpful, or it should be, because the essence of venture philanthropy is individuals and organizations that are trying to use their own energies to drive impact, and so that's a complicated process that involves a lot of skill, and I think the individuals and organizations that are really serious about that will want to learn as much as they can, and they'll want to meet a lot of people who are also trying to take on similar challenges and learn from them. And the AVPN meeting, I think, really is going to deliver on both of those. Okay, I'd say or two. Yeah, I would say there are two key takeaways, and that is the first one is the importance of making the best decisions you can make about what you fund. And I think it's really crucial that organizations and investors be as ambitious as they can, aim high, look for organizations that really have extraordinary potential for impact, because you can only make so many investments, and your ability to actually create impact is very much bounded by the capability of the organizations you invest in. So that would be the first thing. The second thing I would say is that no matter how compelling the case is that the organizations make that you invest in, and how optimistic you are about what they can actually do, is that it's critical to actually evaluate what their performance really is, so that you can know that. That equips you to then either work to improve the models, or it also allows you to discontinue investment and take your money and place it where there's a greater potential for impact.
In such conferences, what you find is that when the participants come together, they realize they're not alone. The problems, the issues that they face back home in their own organizations, they come together and they share with each other, and they discover that there are solutions. Perhaps they have to adapt the solutions across boundaries, but they find that they have solutions, they can learn from each other. Just as important, they can exchange information about the people to partner with, the organizations to partner with. You could have someone saying, oh, by the way, I partner with this organization, they're great. And the other person listening will say, oh, that's a good thing to note, so I can bring this back home, and perhaps I can explore future partnerships. Philanthropy should not be done alone. It should be done in the spirit of partnerships and collaborations, but most importantly, at the end of the day, it is about the people you're trying to help or support, or the people you're partnering with. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's got to be helpful, and I'll tell you why it's got to be helpful, because as Doug mentioned at the outset, you've got 134 members from 20-some countries. If you don't have conferences to bring people together to talk, network, share learning, I don't know how all those people across all the countries, learn from each other if you don't have an event like this. Well, I was just sitting in on the impact assessment and measurement workshop, which I thought was great, because you have a mix of people who've been working on this area for a long time, both here and in other parts of the world. So they're providing some of their insights, asking some of the questions, and then you have people who are just beginning the journey, trying to think through and design how to measure impact and what assessment really means. And so it's kind of an interesting mix of old hands, new hands, established perspectives and new perspectives. And so that was actually quite a rich discussion. The only problem with it, too short. We should have a longer amount of time. So tell Doug and Simon that they need to schedule this better the next time around.
Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
Absolutely, incredibly helpful. I think to have so many people here for the first event of its kind is quite remarkable. I think Asia's always been a powerhouse, always had tremendous energy, And I think a conference like this really brings that together and brings people together from different countries who are perhaps facing very similar challenges, and it's very helpful to know other people are in those same situations. So to come and speak about those issues, to come and learn from other people, to come and share what you have is fabulous. Yeah, I think the most important thing that I've seen today, and I'm glad to see it in a way, is that no one is claiming to have all of the answers. This is a very young sector, it's a very vibrant sector. The fun of it is actually we're all striving towards finding those answers, and we get to those answers better by being together.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I think that's a great question. What I found at this conference is it goes beyond what's happening in this room right now, and I'd say it's a broader thing. ABPN in general. We came through Asia about 18 months ago. When ABPN was just launching, we did this roadshow. We went to Mumbai, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Tokyo, and started having conversations with people about this concept of building a network. In that 18-month period, I haven't been here at all. Folks like Simon Chadwick and others from the ABPN network have been having conversations and built this group of about 132 organizations. The level of conversation that I've seen in every room I've been in today has blown me away. People are, the sophistication about which people are talking about their work has gone up a notch from 18 months ago. And so much so that it's truly stunning to me to see that level of development. I believe that this conference will continue to help make another step function jump forward in everybody's individual and shared understanding of both the challenges and opportunities, tools, and techniques that they could deploy to be able to navigate the challenges they're facing. So one of the sessions I really loved this morning, there were a couple sessions this morning that I think were excellent. But the first one was Lawrence Lien. And in particular, what I enjoyed was him talking about his journey to take the Lien Foundation and move it from this very more traditional family foundation into this more venture philanthropy type of model. Some of the pushback he experienced and what he had to bring to the table to be able to start to make that change, and the process that he continues to go through. I think that's highly informative. There are a lot of family foundations that are doing great work, and there are a lot that could be doing even more were they to deploy some of these kind of venture philanthropy types of tools. So I think that was a great session.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.